Uh, Here has also been kept eastern black rhinoceros, Diceras bicornis micheli, critically endangered. This is the enclosure, but I am not able to spot it anywhere so far. But outside this enclosure, I am able to show you American linden tree, Tilia americana, with very large, cordate and oblique-based foliage. This is serrate margin, toothed margin, oblique-based, and it has peculiar seed capsules borne in attachment with leaves, but they are also not here at this time. Nearby we have another Cornus dogwood tree. This is Cornus controversa, June snow. This flowers during June, but since this time early warming, I think in Chicago it has started flowering in the mid-May. Leaves are opposite, born in pairs. Margin is complete and flowers are very fragrant, born in corimbos umbels, even buds. This is Cornus americana, no, not americana, Cornus controversa, very fragrant ornamental bush. It has also been mentioned there as Cornus controversa June snow. This is popularly named as June snow giant dogwood tree. There are also white fir. I am able to spot it or see it for the first time. This is white fir, EB skin color. Very needle-like, but they are bit linear needles, and they are more than 6-7 centimeters long, and they are born almost all around that week. In northwestern Himalayas, India, we have Abies spindro fir and also Abies spectabilis. But here in Lincoln Zoo, I am able to focus on one unique white fir, Abies color. So this is also planted, and that is again Gladitsia tricanthus enormis. We have very peculiar flowers here, which look to be some iridaceae member with yellow mouth, linear leaves, but not sure. This is Amsonia, on which I am able to show you some butterflies also visiting the blossoms of Amsonia. This Amsonia, in fact, has been mentioned as, not written here, but this is Amsonia or blue star. One is Amsonia hubrichti, that is Hubricht's blue star, and these are withered tulips. This is Hibiscus nota moon, but where is that plant? I am not able to focus. Hydrangea arborescens. These toothed leaves born in pairs. Hydrangea arborescens. This is geranium, but macrorhizum. Bevan's variety, big root geranium. Macro means big, rhizum means root. So this is also ornamental geranium seen planted inside the Lincoln Zoo along the paths. Kashaya Mool, Geranium macrorhizum. Before me, another fragrant flowering bush, fully laden with beautiful pinkish white blossoms, and leaves are borne in opposite pairs. And as is the name of the Chicago is windy city, so winds are blowing and twigs are also dancing in the wind. This beautiful shrub looks to be some member of Caprifoliaceae, but I am not able to see anywhere its nameplate. But definitely flower is very fascinating. It can be some Abelia, if not Viburnum. What? Let me see if I am able to show you somewhere nameplate. Yes, it is there, Abelia. Yes, I also suspected the same Abelia, but species I was not sure. It is Mosanensis, fragrant Abelia. Abelia Mosanensis, fragrant Abelia, yes. So this is not seen in India. In Kashmir Mughal Gardens we have Abelia grandiflora, but this is more fragrant and quite fascinating and more floriferous shrub. In Kashmir, the Abelia grandiflora, the twigs are arching, but here they are not arching, rather they are erect, and it is laden with pink red flower buds, and after opening the flowers are light pink or white. So at bud stage flower buds look pink, but as it blooms I think it turns red. So this is fragrant Abelia planted inside the Lincoln Zoo. Lincoln Zoo is one of the oldest zoo, and there was, I think, the director Miller or Martin, who gave this snake for identification to the zoologist Carl Schmidt, and that was boom slang, very deadly poisonous snake, but zoologist carelessly handled that snake and it gave the bite, and he was also recording the venom symptoms after biting, so didn't allow any kind of medication, healthcare, and other day he fell quite sick and ultimately he expired. So that is also the story of this Lincoln Zoo and this beautiful shrub, fragrant Abelia. This is another shrub which I just saw, and it was named also, but I have forgotten its name now. There are some other bushes, and this particular plant, again it was identified. It has very peculiar exfoliating bark, although this is not birch. leaves are opposite, and I will show you this name also written on this is Syringa reticulata. So this is unique Syringa, Chinese lilac, native to China. On the stem, which is greenish, I am able to show you the lenticels and the exfoliated bark, which is giving just a false impression that is some kind of Betula, birch. It is not birch. Leaves are borne in opposite pairs and they are quite smooth. Margins are without any dentition, and it has the flowers also. So this is Persian lilac from the Oleaceae family, olive family. I think it has not flowered yet, only in bud stage. It will bloom after a few weeks. This is Coleroteria paniculata, the golden rain tree. Leaves are typically pinnate, one pinnate. In Jammu, we have another Coleroteria with bipinnate leaves. That's Coleroteria bipinnata. But here this Coleroteria is unipinnate. This is again that Picea pungens. This is the enclosure of polar bear, Ursus maritimus, and this is the artificial enclosure, and just they are rustic Ursus maritimus, seen in Arctic Ocean. Polar bears, Ursus maritimus, hunt at holes in sea ice where seals emerge to breathe. One seal has enough blubber to sustain a polar bear for beaks. And here is Boston ivy, Parthenosis tricuspidata, and this particular plant I'm showing you. This is very fascinating plant. This is Metasequoia glyptoscovidis, dawn redwood. From a distance, one confuses the foliage with some kind of Texas yew. It is not Texas. Leaves are actually borne in opposite pairs, and even twigs are also borne in opposite arrangements. For example, this twig, you can see one twig, this other side has been, I think, removed or what, but here you can see the oppositely borne twigs, and even these leaves, they are also opposite. In Texas yew, they are basically alternate, they are not opposite. But this Metasequoia glyptoscovidis, dawn redwood, is a unique plant from the Cupressaceae cypress family. It is native to Asia, not to California. Other redwoods are native to California. Metasequoia glyptoscovidis. This I also spotted at Navy Pier. And now I am showing you in the Lincoln Park. These are the stems and foliage of dawn redwood. I have not included dawn redwood in my earlier tree talks. So this tree talk is very rewarding in the Lincoln Zoo. I am able to show you now another Metasequoia tree. This has also been planted. It was in 1940s, thought it has gone extinct, but then it was discovered from, I think, Japan, and it belonged to family Cupressaceae, Metasequoia glyptostrobides, dawn redwood. It has been extensively planted in the Chicago city and elsewhere, and it is a great service if we are planting it, multiplying it, and planting in the parks and gardens and zoos. Definitely this redwood will be conserved. These are catmins, and this is the, I think, oak quercus. Even I think it should be baroque perhaps, or quercus bicolor, or swamp white oak. So I am not able to pinpoint the plate here. Either it is quercus bicolor or it is quercus macrocarpa. This is also planted inside the Lincoln Zoo. So I am taking you around this Lincoln Zoo to show you the plants. This is again Physocarpus apulifolius. I told you about this shrub earlier, ginger vine, Physocarpus apulifolius. Very fascinating color of the foliage. So fascinating, red, wine red color. I will show you peonia. Here's the peonia, garden peonia. This is a peonia blossoms, the catmint, and this large oak appears to me baroque, and Picea pungens, and that is Syringa controversa, Chinese, and this looks to be some osier, Salicaceae, timber, and this is the enclosure of polar bear. This is Thuja plicata, western red cedar. This is a row of western red cedar conifer outside the polar bear enclosure. This is mulberry. This is juniper. Polar bear enclosure. Which salix need to be identified? We have such kind of willows even in Ladakh. This seems to be some ibis, but not sure. Some more herbs, Nepeta racemosa, blue wonder, we saw earlier, Amsonia. These are hosta leaves, and this particular plant is Rotaria. I found the nameplate also. Coleroteria paniculata. There is a Panstemon digitalis, plantagenesis member also. Also Calamintha nepeta, subspecies nepeta also planted here. Calamintha nepeta. And this particular grass is Calamogrostis cutiflora. Grass which I am focusing now, Calamogrostis cutiflora forester. There you can see the hydrangea paniculata, Cercis canadensis, Physocarpus apulifolius, that's Equilegia canadensis, Canadian columbine. These fascinating leaves are Polemonium reptans. Very fascinating flowers. We have Polemonium ceruleum in Kashmir, Himalayas, and in Himachal. That's a deep blue, more blue, and leaves are much linear and smaller. But here in Polemonium reptans, the flowers are light blue and leaflets are much broader ovate. So this is stairway to heaven, Jacob's ladder, Polemonium reptans. There is Bitula nigra, yes. Now I found that nameplate. So this is Bitula nigra, river birch. Yes. Which I also spotted at Navy Pier. These are the catkins of river birch or swamp birch or butter birch. Bitula nigra or black birch, and its bark is also exfoliating. I am able to show in older stems, older tree trunks, it is almost adpressed. It is not the way exfoliates in Indian Himalayan birch, that's Bitula utilis. Here it is compact, but in younger stages it exfoliates, showing the pink tinge of inside plant. So this is a grove of black birch that is called as river birch, Bitula nigra. So these are the Bitula nigra foliage, branches and twigs. Another unique plant which I am able to show you here, it seems to be some Solanaceae member, but not able to read its actual name. If I will be able to see somewhere, I will let you know. But this is Hydrangea quercifolia. Is it? Hydrangea quercifolia. Maybe. Sykes dwarf oak leaf. Sykes dwarf oak leaf, and also sparrow. So this is hydrangea. I thought, oh, these leaves are opposite. Yes, this is hydrangea, very peculiar hydrangea. Leaves are white, tomentose, hairy beneath, and upper is a green surface. So this is a hydrangea. Hydrangea quercifolia, in fact. It is dwarf oak leaf, quercifolia, Hydrangea quercifolia. So this is a unique shrub which I have come across for the first time. I hadn't seen it earlier. They have also planted many ferns. Here's a Godzilla planted fern. Quite fascinating. See the light green or whitish, pale, purplish fronds. They are on the ground, and this is Etheirium Godzilla, named after Godzilla, that dinosaur. Godzilla painted fir. This is also new to me. I haven't seen. European wild ginger. Asarum europeum. Arastola chiesi. This is Asarum europeum. European wild ginger. I am able to focus here. And this is a Ligularia dentata. Very big leaves. Ligularia dentata. Britt Mary Crawford. So these lower leaves, which are of Virginia look, having Virginia like leaves, but they are not that thick, and also giving the false impression of some rheum species. They are not rheum, but this basically Ligularia dentata. This is Ligularia dentata, Britt Mary Crawford Ligularia, also planted inside the Lincoln Zoo. But these smaller leaves, round kidney-shaped leaves, this is the European wild ginger, Asarum europeum. So this is unique, which I could see. Japanese green sheen Japanese Pachycendra terminalis, very glistening green and shining leaves. Tooth, this is as ground cover. This particular plant has been named as green sheen Japanese Pachycendra terminalis, green sheen from the family Bugzaceae, chickpea family, to which boxwood belongs. Buxus wallichiana is found in Himalayas. Even Sarcocoa saligna is also found in Jammu Hills. From the same family, this unique plant is green sheen Japanese Pachycendra terminalis. Leaves are really quite shiny and they are very fascinating. And this is another almus, I think. Yes, this is almus pioneer alum. I am able to show you its foliage. This is Buxus sempervirens, boxwood, grown as a hedge. Almus pioneer, and on it there are leaves of creeper, Parthenosis tricuspidata. This is some juniper. Juniper is also preserved here, planted here. So while taking a round of the Lincoln Zoo, I could show you some of the very fascinating plants. And there is also a hibiscus peppermint flare, but its flowers are abated. And that is Salix willow. This is a shooting star, media, dodecatheon media, now also sometimes treated under primula as primula media, shooting star. This is also found in wilderness. I found it in Storm Rock State Park also, and planted in gardens also. Shooting star from the family Primulaceae. See the flowers, they are upside down and look like as a shooting stars. And this particular northern bayberry, this is Morella and Sylvanica. Yes, in Jammu Hills, Uttarakhand, we have bayberry which is called kafal. That is basically Myrica esculenta, also treated under genus Morella. Morella esculenta or Cuffle, bayberry. And this is unique or native to America, Pennsylvania. So this is Morella, not Salix or willow. So this is Morella Pennsylvanica, northern bayberry. So its leaves are lush green, and this is also planted inside the this is Morella Pennsylvanica bushes, and this is Amelanchier serviceberry foliage. Amelanchier serviceberry, and here is one plant which looks like Russian sage, Perovskia atriplexifolia, which was looking like Artemisia. In fact, this is not Artemisia, this is Perovskia atriplexifolia, Russian sage. And this is serviceberry, Amelanchier, perhaps grandiflora, maybe. And this is Amsonia, and these are the Rosaceae member. Flowering is over. Serviceberry, Amelanchier. I am able to show you. So this is the unique ambience of Lincoln Zoo.